Hey, what is going on? We clicking the button. We were clicking the button. We're going live. What is going on? Making sure everything is sounding good, looking good. Welcome back to the channel. Let's go. Let's get the people in here. All right. Welcome, guys. Welcome. All right, so we have a fantastic show planned for you guys today. We're going to keep you calm. We're going to see if we are getting completely bull trapped right now, because basically what the market is doing is trapping these longs right now in Bitcoin. But we're going to get into why Bitcoin was even going down to begin with. We're going to give you some metrics. We're going to give you all the data, and we're going to just pull together some, some information that we've gathered and give you the reasonings why things are maybe happening, how they're happening, and how it is a perfect setup for all of these ETFs that possibly are going to be coming down the pipe, maybe with Hedera Hashgraph, with XRP, with Litecoin, with Dogecoin, and possibly Polkadot. I mean, maybe even a basket ETF index fund that is going to have multiple cryptos in it that are going to be American-based cryptos. How is this going to be for tax implications? Are we going to have zero crypto gains tax in America? How do the Trump tariffs all play into this? And also the Bitcoin strategic reserves that are going to be, pretty much approved down the line with 21 plus states that are putting it into the Congress's hands to be able to vote and to pass it as a bill. And then, so what does this all mean? How is this going to affect the 4-year Bitcoin cycle? Because this big narrative and the biggest narratives that we've ever had in crypto are happening right now. Bigger than we've ever had them. Biggest narratives and sentiment shift with institutional adoption and money, nation states, reserve sovereign wealth funds, and all this stuff. So why would we think that it's over, that it's going to go to zero at this point, if this is all coming down the pipe? So if we are getting price consolidation, I think personally it's to shake us out, to sell our bags, so then the institutions can buy them up. It's that simple. You need sellers for you to be able to come in and buy. So what's happening right now? Well, I think we're having a massive wealth shift and a massive shakeout of tourists in the market. And then we are going to have the people that are long-term cycle investors are going to be the ones that are rewarded the most. And so let's get into it, guys. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, ding the bell to be notified whenever I go live, because you don't want to miss these updates. And the best thing that you can do is the moment that you get in here, you need to hit the like button. See, right now, there's 5 people watching and 0 people have hit the like button. So that's not good. The algorithm doesn't like it. I actually was looking at some interesting metrics here, and I thought to myself, oh, this is how the algorithm works. It's not some robot. It's you. Like, you guys hitting the like button makes the views go up. So look at the difference of the video here. Crypto PTSD at all-time high. I posted it right after this XYO video. Look at the difference in views. 2,000 views here, 89 views here. So look at the difference in the likes. 106 likes on this video translates to 2,000 views. I only got 12 likes on here. 12 likes equate to about 100 views. So then you go to even just 200 views, 15 likes. So even just getting even 5 more likes will give you a little bit more viewage. And even look on the live streams, 175 views compared to the 86, but the difference was that I got 26 likes. So just showing you guys that the likes do matter. It's not a fake, placebo metric. It really is a true metric. So you have to hit that damn like button or it ain't going anywhere, guys. Or this thing ain't going to the moon. All right, so it says one person that, yes, let's go. We got is it LMP? Yeah, that is LMP. I feel like I haven't seen you in forever, LMP. What is going on? How are you doing? Don't tell me you got snowed in again, because I know one of the winters, I remember you saying you got completely snowed in and you lost all internet. So hopefully that is not the case. So yeah, guys, let's get into it. Let's get into some of the news today. Let's get into we're gonna talk about that. There's 2 Bitcoins that you can buy. You have Bitcoin, and then you have ticker Bitcoin. So you got BTC, and then you have Bitcoin. It's amazing that you have 2 options. One is the Papa, the one that is the all-encompassing mover of the market, basically. Bitcoin goes down, a lot of things go down. Bitcoin goes up, things go up. So as much as we don't want to have it be like that, we are connected to Bitcoin. Bitcoin's success is our success. Bitcoin's demise is everyone's demise. It's just the way it is. So we want Bitcoin to succeed. We even want ETH to succeed. We might even want XRP to succeed and do well and go to $1,000 like everyone in the retail thinks it's going to go, just so it might just pump our bags in speculation. That's how it goes in this game. We're all just wanting our bags to be pumped, but it really is kind of just this happening right now, where we have BTC dominance is the name of the game, and Sol BTC is getting destroyed, and then ETH BTC is at the bottom of the ocean. And we've been showing you guys that the BTC dominance does matter, and it still matters. It's the correlation that if BTC dominance is high, that means that there's only going to be so many alts that are going to do well, and pretty much most of them are going to be smashed. There's few outliers, like there's some new blockchains that have come up, like Story, IP. We got Pi Network. We have we have Bear Chain. So there's a lot of different blockchains that have released recently that that are kind of picking up speed, and but really things are just destroyed. I mean, you got to think Bitcoin doing what it's doing, it's really crushing the market. So we mentioned about the ETFs. Let's get this section on the right thing. So we're in the news, but we're going to go to the Bitcoin altcoin analysis real quick. Litecoin Hedera is the top SEC's altcoin ETF shortlist. So that's kind of what they're paying attention to, I think, more so than the others. So, and then XRP and Dogecoin are also in play, but the SEC scrutiny remains tight, especially on the XRP. So I think got to have I guess they got to push some papers a little bit more. They have to I don't know, they got to do their thing. There's always these different like checkpoints that have to be passed, and I'm not familiar with all the checkpoints that have to be met, and check all the boxes, dot all the I's, dot all the T's. I'm sure there's a lot that goes into this, more so than we realize, before they can list these ETF. Think about the Bitcoin ETF, the ETH ETF. We had the futures, but then there was all the scrutiny of why they weren't approving the spot ETFs, because they had the futures ETFs. And so it's just all a bunch of red tape. And ultimately, I think we will get these altcoin ETFs, but they just have to have a certain type of framework around it for it to work, the legality of it. But I do see that possibly, I think if anything, Litecoin will probably get it first. It seems like the obvious play. If you remember Fidelity or Vanguard, I can't remember it was, or VanEck, they added a Litecoin 401k like edition, like where you could have Litecoin inside of your IRA or your 401k or whatever modality for doing that. Litecoin was added. So it seems like Litecoin could be on that like path of getting more of that institutional adoption as well. And then it kind of goes down the list, and then we get Hedera, XRP, maybe Dogecoin. Polkadot is another one that's on the ETF list of altcoins. So we could be bullish on altcoins. It's just that they're probably going to push the prices down a little bit more to buy it up, because they did the same thing with Bitcoin. They were like, look, we got to scoop up a little bit more Bitcoin cheaper, and then we'll send it. and they sent it because now they're selling the crap out of it. So we're gonna get into this and why Bitcoin was dumping so hard. Look at how much they dumped on the ETFs. So the ETFs, they really dumped the crap out of them because really, if you think about it, since December and January, basically from the couple last months of last year into January, they were buying, they were inflowing into the ETFs. So now it makes sense that they're doing some massive selling, and this is the biggest sell we've seen so far in a long time, which passed over $1 billion of outflows of the ETFs yesterday. So this is huge. All right, so let's get into exactly what is really going on here. So we got a quick, we're going to do a quick recap here. We had the Bybit hack, which was $1.4 billion in ETH stolen from Bybit's cold wallet, and that was on the 21st. So, the hackers tricked the staff with a fake interface, rerouting the funds, and basically the Ben, the CEO, says they're solvent, clients' funds are safe, and they were basically able to recover, I guess, about 80% of it and through loans, but who knows how the next couple weeks and really the next couple months is going to go with this type of thing happening, because we haven't really seen the repercussions of it yet. Who knows? We have the Trump tariffs, recap the 25% tariffs on Canada and Mexico. We got 10% on China set to kick in on March 1st. So it hasn't kicked in just yet, but it is going to be, it's really just days away now at this point. So this is why the market is getting a little bit jittery. So the risk assets like crypto are feeling the heat. And so it is basically a double whammy. We got the hack, we got the tariffs, we have the ETF sell-offs. It's a lot of stuff, and it's attributing to the downturn of the prices. And so the hack was big. But of the $3 trillion crypto, market value, ETH dropped like 8% after the news. It stabilized, but it's really the tariffs is kind of spooking investors. It's overall, it's just kind of sending some ripples through the market. We have already the repercussions and the trickle down of the Bidenomics, which is the money printing, the inflation. The reason why stuff is so expensive is because the money supply has been printed to crap. That is the reason why things are so expensive. There is a massive gap of where we have had our products and services and outsourcing, and then also having that money supply increase substantially. And so then we haven't really seen any of that come back into America. It's just been outsourced. So this is why we've been hurt so bad, and why people are in debt, why everything has just been kind of a mess. It has a lot to do with massive money printing, and also with QT, quantitative tightening. We're not in QE, which is the easing, which is easing. They're just going to print more money and lower the debt ratio and lower how much they are going to allow banks to lend out money. And then that's when it's go time. And that's when it usually links up in the 4-year cycle, in with the Bitcoin halving, in with the shakeout dump that shakes out the investors. And then money printing goes burr. Money printer goes in. They quantitative ease. And then they do the whole gameplay over and over again. Benjamin Cohen talks about, he's like, it's pretty much the same gameplay, and we're getting distracted and thinking that it's different this time, but really it's kind of the same. But if it's the same, it's to our benefit. If we can figure out that it's just been the same, and narratives change, but the game still plays the same. So that's kind of what's happening right now. So people are asking, compared to past crashes, the 2018 crash was like an 83% drop, and the FTX crash was a 25% drop. So this is a lot milder than what we've seen before in terms of market drops. So if we look at the crypto snapshot right now, like these prices are like when I made this, it was at 89, almost 90K. So, but now it's not, it's like at 87, 87.8. So we're going to look at this. So the historical dips and the recoveries. So if you think of the 2018 bear market, we went from 19,000 to 3,000, and that was an 83% drop. And the recovery time took about 3 years. Post-recovery high was the 69K, so it took 3 years to recover from that bottom. And the FTX collapse was in November 2022. We had a 25% crash on that. That was 21K to 16K. You guys remember, that 16K, about 15 something 6 was the bottom, and the recovery time took a year, which post-recovery high was in December 2024 with the 108K. And then we have the Bybit hack, which had if you're looking at in February or in where we've had the high at 108K, we've now dipped from 108K to now at the low of 100 or at $85,000, which if we look at that crash from 109 to the lowest where we're sitting at right now is a 21% crash. We've historically have had these crashes where it's been 20%, 30%, and it's done it in a bull run, in a bull market, and we've still managed to get to that next high point. So, so it's interesting. Even with all of this stuff, even with all of these black swan events, we still were able to push up. The altcoins had their time during certain cycles, and it was really reliant on ETH and the strength of ETH to push us into an altcoin season, which is represented in a really nice chart. If you go to the altcoin season index, once we start getting in these zones right here, and if you look at the dates and mark them up where we've had runs into ETH, it's been January, February, March, and then we kind of are going to see, very, very similar movements here like we did before, and it's going to rely on the Bitcoin dominance. So, but what's interesting is that I like to pull the metrics of how many X posts we've had in the past week. So like the tokens that people have been talking about a lot, obviously Bitcoin, Ethereum, we got XRP, we have Dogecoin, Solana, BNB, Cardano, SHIB, Pepe, and the ticker, Bitcoin, and then Tether. Of course, we need Tether to survive because if we get any more Tether FUD, we don't need any more Tether FUD. We need Tether to be okay, and also USDC too. We need both of these coins. We need the stable coin market to not crash. We don't need any unpegging because if you guys remember, the reason why Luna crashed to begin with is because the stable coin depegged. Then it depegged, it liquidated the shit out of people. People got scared. They bank runned Luna, sold it to the ground, and the exchanges shorted it, and everyone sold it, and it crashed 100%. So that was the cascading effect of the Luna crash, was the depegging of the stablecoin. It was an algorithmic stablecoin that depegged. So as long as we can, if these stable coins stay stable, they better stay stable, because that's what caused the chaos of the Luna crash to begin with. All right, so let's get into the distance from the all-time high right now is 16%. We're still only 16% away from the all-time high. So we're really, or if you're looking from where we're at now, we're about 20% from the all-time high. X posts from the past week have been 250,000 posts just in the past week, and that's pretty substantial. Ethereum is beating everyone in this list with having over 300,000 posts per week. It's either because people are angry and they're constantly posting that ETH needs to move, so that's at least good for ETH posting metrics. That's good. getting good PR. All right, so XRP I thought would have a lot more, but the X posts the past week have been about 80,000. Dogecoin is up there with 120,000 posts per week. Solana about 90,000. BNB at 70,000 posts per week. Then Dano is getting 60,000 posts per week. And then Shiba is actually taking up the cake here, 140,000 posts per week. Pepe getting 100,000. The ticker Bitcoin getting 50,000. So kind of on the low side, but yeah. And then from the all-time high for the ticker, we're actually about 75% away distance from its all-time high. And then the one that I like to look at is the Dogecoin distance. Being, I think we're a little further than 80% from the all-time high, but I could be wrong. If we're looking at the all-time high, which was like that's 74 cents. So for right here, no, that's like where we're sitting at right now. That would be 250% distance from the all-time high. So but yeah, that's kind of the key metrics right now, things that we want to kind of focus on. This is interesting. This is breaking news. So Pump.Fund is reportedly testing its own automated market maker. So we're gonna kind of see what that entails. We had the article up here. Where did it go? So it's basically where they are going to provide their own market makers, and then you can just trade the token like afterwards inside the Pump.Fund platform, and so what it will do is kind of take away from the dealings and how Radium is making their fees and their money from the Pump.Fund bonding extraction, where the Pump.Fund token meets its curve and then it creates a liquidity pool over into Radium. And so obviously Radium is getting money and generating fees and revenue from that. And so now Pump.Fund is like, we want to make more money because they're generating a crap ton of fees and revenue from these people, launching these tokens, people trading on their particular application and platform. So they're like, let's make more money. And apparently Solana has the most DApp revenue out of all the chains right now because of the nature of what is happening with the meme coins and the coin creation and the DeFi degeneracy that is on Solana. Okay, so let's get into Bitcoin right now. Let's see what Bitcoin is doing. I think Bitcoin currently right now is doing a fake out. So we have been just getting bull trapped, and they keep trying to get us to go long. And the moment that we're going long, it seems like they roll it over and they trap us. So it's like right here, we're like, okay, let's try and go long, trap, let's try and go long. And then they roll it over. We got trapped again. And then right here, it looks like we could be getting trapped again. So the moving average here, if you're looking at the daily 200 SMA moving average, we have just that metric on right now. The 200-day SMA is at 81,800. That's sitting right around the gap of the CME gap, where I feel like they could be bringing it to that level towards the end of the week or in the weekend, and it could be a quick wick. The thing is like the reason why we had we had this gap here is because we had a massive pump from this bottomed trend hit of 67,000. Once we hit that and we bounced really hard, we kind of crushed it over the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days and went up 30% in 5 days. So it was just like through the week, we started to go up like that. So could it be that now we're going to, through the next 4 days, go and hit this level, and then boom, we smack right up really fast? I mean, it could be another quick 10% downturn pushing us right into this range, and then we bounce from there. But I have some interesting opinions, because a lot of people think memes are dead. They're like that like they're over. But of course, like you're going to feel like that when you're primarily like 95% memes. If your portfolio is 95% memes, then you are going to feel like they're dead because your portfolio is going to look like garbage. But if you're like 30% memes and like 30 altcoins and your rest of the percentage is in Bitcoin, or maybe you're like 60% Bitcoin and you're 30 alts, and then your 2010, whatever it may be for the memes and the more speculative stuff, the more gambly stuff, then you're going to have a completely different attitude. Or you're going to know that's just the name of the game, that when Bitcoin's going down like this and alts are getting smashed, like your memes are going to look like trash. Even the strong ones too, like Pepe's down hard. If you're into Brett, like there's a lot of Brett fans out there. You're probably like, oh my God, because Brett was just getting destroyed, getting smashed under 4 cents. So even Doge too. I mean, Doge it's been able to hold pretty strong, but it's still down. But it's in that range, it's in that sweet range, or at least getting close back to it. But think about it. What brought the support for Doge to get back to its even range up here, 43 cents, was that it bounced from this key support level. Key support. So we have to know that that's just kind of the name of the game. We still want to be okay, so hold on. I own 0 memes. Biz Knowledge says I own 0 memes. This is just a fact. They're finished. Libra finished them off. He's like, they cooked them. Yo, we got Will Grill in the house. What is going on? Yeah, we got everyone in the house today. I haven't even checked how many people are watching right now. But guys, you got to hit the like button. You got to smash the likes. In the beginning of the stream, I was explaining that if you guys don't hit the like button, then this stream will not push into the algo. Excuse me. And guys, make sure you're letting me know what you're drinking. Are you drinking some fresh coffee? Are you drinking any Beancoin coffee? No, because no one has ordered a bag yet. So if you want to do me a favor, be the first person to order a bag of Beancoin coffee, organic, freshly roasted, fair trade, Ethiopian Brazilian blend. Really nice coffee that you can brew any type of way you want. And you get airdropped Beancoin whenever you buy a bag. So it's really cool. But in order to do that, obviously you need to do it through your Connect Your Wallet. And you can actually buy this coffee with Solana. You can buy it with stablecoin. You can also buy it with your credit card, But if you do buy with your credit card, let me know that you bought it. Send me your address, and you will be airdropped the token. So check that out. All right. So let's get into a little bit. Will Grill. Oh yeah, this is my coffee brand. I've been soft launching this coffee brand, and it's called Beancoin. I've had this idea for freaking years now. I've been stewing it up in my brain, and I finally just pulled the trigger. I was like, you know what? I need to just do it. Just launch the damn thing. So I have a small batch of coffee to test sell right now. And, I'm just kind of doing each step, each phase, kind of slowly just to see how it goes. And I know it's kind of like the worst time to be trying to launch a product or a project, especially by yourself. Like I have no help, no support. This is it. Like I'm doing all of this myself. I've made everything myself, and I'm doing my best to just put it out there. So, shit, if you want to be a part of the team, you want to help me build this thing, you think this is a good idea, then feel free, please contact me. I have a contact here. And the idea of it's pretty simple. I have a roadmap. I want to eventually, it's a coffee rewards incentive program. So essentially what it is it starts with as simple as like, we roast our own coffee. It's our own special blend. And but we don't personally roast it, but we live in an area where there's like roasters everywhere. So we know them personally. So and we know who's like the best roaster and roasts really good coffee in town. So we linked up with them, and we're making custom blend. And when you buy this coffee, you get rewarded Bean Coin. And so really it's to build up a coffee rewards incentive program that's like global, not just like local coffee shops, but we'll start slow. And we want to partner with coffee shops where they either sell the coffee, and then we help them onboard them to then accept crypto and have a crypto wallet POS system in their coffee shop and in their business. So then they can start taking transactions with crypto if they haven't already. And it maybe it could be a whole thing to where we just help them accept Bitcoin, stables, learn the networks, learn the market, and then eventually then really have them accept Bean Coin, and then they can have that and give their customers Bean Coin as rewards. So that's kind of the grand idea. That's the roadmap of signing on coffee shops to actually have the rewards program built in, so then they are connected with other coffee shops in this ecosystem. And then we will have a smart contract automated system where anytime you're buying coffee of Bean Coin, then you're automatically getting rewarded. And there'll just be other opportunities to get airdrops, and we'll always like airdrop tokens. And so so that is the roadmap for it. We're going to do our best to make sure that the tokenomics are correct, because we want to have like a supply to be able to have a deployer wallet where that's like it's deploying supply, and then we're going to have a supply that's completely burned or locked or whatever is the best practice. So then we have liquidity to be able to have the token to be able to just move in, and to be able to actually be just like also an open chart. So still kind of developing that, because we don't have a liquidity pool set up. It's just, right now it's just people buy the coffee, I'll airdrop you the token, and then eventually the token will kind of produce its own value over time. So phase one, launch the Bean Coin, model here. Try and get the wallet developed. We want to onboard a couple coffee shops locally. We'll introduce the coffee, and we'll start to engage in community engagement through social media stuff. And we're going to phase two will be launch the Bean Coin rewards program, like fully have the incentive program with smart contracts. So it's like automated, try to expand the coffee shop partnerships, and then collaborate with online platforms for delivery. I mean, we want to partner up with like really cool Solana foundation projects. Like if there's any way you guys, or you have any connections with people that are in with Solana and they've been like giving like projects like grants or to help them like launch ideas, God, send them my way, because I feel like alone with this, and I just would love some support and help, like to the Lord Jesus, man. And I think this is a great idea. Like, I'll tell you a story. Like I remember going to my first Bitcoin conference in Miami just 2 years ago, or however long ago. Yeah, it was about 2 years ago. And I snuck into the VIP lounge. I had a regular ticket. I had like a press ticket, but the VIP lounge security was garbage. So I was like, I'm walking in here. All the people are in here that I want to meet, that I've been watching on YouTube forever now. Like all the Aaron and Austin, the Ran, all the people were walking around and schmoozing. And so I I remember going in there and I beelined right to Austin. I saw the altcoin daily twin and I just beelined right to him and I was like, "What's up, bro?" So I just like immediately introduced myself and told them I really admired their content and I liked their format and how they do it and got all that out of the way, and then we just sat and ate some food and just kind of chatted a little bit, and I immediately was like, "Bro, I have this idea. I'm just curious what you think about it, like, and if it's something that I should actually try and do." And I remember telling him, it was like, I told him about this same exact idea, and he was like, "I mean, yeah, bro. I mean, it seems like a good idea. You just gotta try it. Just gotta do it." Which is a easy answer, just like, yeah, just what do you got to lose? But yeah, sneak the beans in the VIP lounge. Yeah, no, going to the Bitcoin conference in Las Vegas, I've had this idea that I want to like set up a little Beancoin booth and brew some coffee and talk about Beancoin and have people buy Beancoin with Bitcoin. Beancoin coffee with Bitcoin, because we are a Bitcoin friendly company and we're just a crypto friendly company. So I think it would be just cool to kind of have all kinds of implementations. And I love coffee. I've been a barista off and on for years. And I think the best way that you can have fun and also generate, income is to combine the things that you love to do, and then you'll feel like you're never working a day in your life because you're working on something that, you love. Combining the things that you love all together. Like, I love crypto. I like coffee. I like the community aspect of all these things. I'm a musician. Coffee, music, art, it all pulls together. Like, when you go to the bougie coffee shop, that's where you go to know where the show is, or where there's an event or some kind of thing. That's where you go. That's always been the thing for me. The connecting, the web, connecting the web of culture. Coffee does that very well. But yeah, if you guys are interested and you want to give this coffee a shot, right now, I'm just telling you, I only have 24 bags of this very first batch of coffee right now. So I knew it was going to be slow. I didn't think people were going to be rushing to buy my coffee, to be completely honest, to not give myself such high expectation of people running to this. But I have 25 bags ready to go. I wanted to just sell out of those first, see how it goes. And if people like it, airdrop them the token, test out that first round, and then go from there. All right, I'm done shilling. There's my shill. All right, I kind of want to shill this. This is cool because no other exchange is doing it like they do. I've told you guys this. OURBIT has become one of my favorite exchanges. They really do it right when it comes to their social engagement, taking care of their people that have promoted the platform. And really I've noticed, like, guys, like you've really signed up. Like, I've had over 40 people sign up with OURBIT, but only like 10 deposited. So 10 people like pulled the trigger. But it's been pretty decent signups. I mean, I know it's not like, sounds like a lot, but it's tough to get these freaking people to sign up to these damn platforms, and I get it. You're used to your stuff and you don't want to test out anything else because you're just like, you stick with what you know. But I'm a type of person where it's like, hey, I'll test something out, and then if I don't like it, I'm not going to use it. But if I like it, I'm going to continue to use it. And so OURBIT has proven to me that it's something I'd like to continue to use. I've never had any issues, and they're easy to communicate with. But ultimately, they are very much intertwined and a part of the meme culture. They've listed a lot of meme tokens, but they're also launching their own token. And you can see the name here. They're doing an airdrop round, so they're only airdropping to people who were eligible to get the airdrop. So these are some of the achievements that I got. A fortune teller. I was the top 50% in futures win rate on OURBIT, and then a humble beginning, a cumulative deposit, of about 10,000 or under 10,000. Just in time, I registered before October 31st. Derivative, appreciator, a futures trading volume of over 100 USDT. So you can get all these different little achievements, and it helps you get a more balance of the airdrop. And then you can select your plan where you can actually lock it up, and you can vest it up for 6 months or 12 months, and then you end up getting a little bit more of the token. We selected just 0 months. We're not going to lock it up. We're just going to get the amount that we got, and we'll see what happens. And so when you actually have when you get the airdrop, it'll be deposited into your wallet in the OURBIT account. So, and also just really love who set this up. They did a really good job. So shout out to the OURBIT team. We're going to see what happens here. We're going to see, hopefully it just launches at $1, dollar valuation. And we got, $15,000 of the BITCH token. It's going to be legendary. It's going to be legendary. So then we can bring our portfolio back to life. We can bring it back to life. We're like, clear. Yep, because that's how everything has been looking here. Kind of like that. 93% to the downside from the tops of a lot of these tokens. Is this your bottom opportunity? Well, you just hope you're not buying the bottom of the next bottom of the next bottom of the next bottom. That's just what we all hope. We're all hoping that we're not buying the bottom of the bottom of the bottom. The dip of the dip. I bought the dip, and the dip kept dipping. The dip keep on dipping. I saw this earlier on Facebook. This made me laugh. This was an old ad, a Game Boy Advance ad, a Game Boy Advance SP ad in 2003. Like, what even is this? This is so funny. Escape. This is basically the meme coin traders right now. Just put a phone. And speaking of phone, the Solana mobile phone, the Solana mobile edition, the newest Solana phone is going to be releasing pretty soon. Has anyone tested out the Solana phone? The thing that was cool about that initial drop of the Solana phone was that you had airdropped tokens on the phone, and those tokens ended up being valued at like quadruple the price of the phone. So you were able to pay the phone, like basically the phone paid for itself, and then 3x on that, because it was airdropped with Bonk, I think Myro, some Solana, and I can't remember what else, but it was primarily the Bonk, and I think the Myro token, and a little bit of that Solana. So, all right, guys. Any questions, answers? Let's do a little Q&A section. I think we had some questions. So obviously, do you guys really think Bybit and these exchanges are still safe? Like, do you think after they were to let this happen and just be like, oh no, it's all good, it was a big hack, but we took care of it. Like, are you just going to keep blindly accepting these exchanges blunders and mess ups and be like, yeah, that's cool? Or are you gonna just be like, you know what, I'm just going to trade, and I'm going to not like, I'm just gonna Airbnb your exchange. I'm not gonna move in. I'm not moving into your exchange. I'm just gonna use it as an Airbnb. That's how you have to think about these exchanges. So do you think you're really safe? I'm curious, what exchanges do you guys trust, or do you just not trust any of them? I'll tell you my answer. I don't trust any of them. I don't trust any of them. I think they make way too much money. They're the greedy ones. Like they it's funny that we get we get like what do you call it? I can't think of the term. There's a term for it where they make you feel like it's your fault and that because you're greedy and losing all your money, but really the exchanges are insiders and they have market makers and they're liquidating the crap out of you, and then they're like, "Oh, you're greedy. It's your fault cuz you went 100x." And it's like, "Wait a second. Hold on a minute. You're insider trading on your own exchange. And you're going to say it's our fault? That we're greedy?" No, they are greedy because you know how much money they make on liquidations? You know how much money these exchanges make on liquidations? It is crazy. They make more money you getting liquidated than you winning the trade. So think about it that way. They make way more money you getting liquidated than them having to pay you out the money that you won. It's just like, think about it like a casino. You think the casino is going to let you go in there and take the table? They own the table. They own the table. It's as simple as that. So either you figure out the table or just that's it. Like, you have to play the game. So we just have to know that these exchanges are not like, oh, like Little Red Riding Hood skipping through the freaking forest with the basket of, going to grandma's house. No, they're the wolf. They're the wolf. Ate grandma. Bybit ate grandma. Don't feel bad for these exchanges. That's all I got to say. Don't feel bad for these exchanges. Don't marry them, Airbnb them, and don't believe anything they say. Because they make way too much money. Way too much money. Billions of dollars. Why do you think it's so telling when every time you feel like you have a liquidation level that the exchange pulls the price? Is my microphone like going crazy? Oh yeah, my shock mount. Yeah, I don't have a shock mount. I have like a cheap. It's not shock mounted. I did not put any rubber under this. It's directly just right onto the table. Like a complete degenerate. I apologize. Sorry, headphone users wrecked. Okay, I have another question. So, what do you think? I think we're not really seeing the tariff backlash yet. It's like we're getting the news. We're getting all the news, and then now we're getting like, okay, look, it's hitting March 1st, and countries haven't necessarily retaliated just yet because they're like, look, once it implements, then they're going to do counter tariffs. So it could still make the market just do this kind of chop almost and hit some levels, and then we're going to have to see how much money is sitting on the sidelines to then fling in to either the ETFs, because look, that was a big offload. That was $1 billion in one day, $500 million right here. So $1.5 billion in the past 2 days was offloaded off the ETFs for Bitcoin. And I bet they were the same with ETH. I mean, they haven't been buying really, so there wasn't probably much to sell. So they just that was just flatlined basically. But Bitcoin was massive. Like that was a big sell. Big sell off. So until we start to see something different, I don't know. Look at that wick. The wick is usually and it's funny. I said, look, they're probably going to dump market open to 85, fake us out, trap us in a long, and then they're going to liquidate you again. And so that's why I decided today I'm not trading until I see something different than manipulation of trapping longs, trapping the bulls. And I just see right now an obvious magnetized area of price between the range of 80,000 and 78. It makes sense with the daily 200 daily SMA. It really lines up with where these previous levels were. Look at the big green candle that happened here. This is why I think the market is going to, I mean, if you look at this as a pattern recognition, it's just like that just looks perfect for us to get wrecked, and then it could wick it. But the thing is it could do it really fast. That's what I'm waiting for, guys, is like, look, where, like, is it going to be a steady, like, is it just going to be like this? Or is it going to be a quick wick candle that just goes like this? And it's a quick liquidity grab. We could look at the large whale orders and look and maybe see what's happening at the very bottom here. We know we're going to have big buys up here with Binance, Coinbase. All the big exchanges are going to have massive levels of buying at certain prices. They got a big one right now hitting at 84,000. So I'd watch for that 84.8. That's right below the wick of where we just smacked, is right below there. So if look, here's the playbook, is where these whale orders are hitting, and where Binance and, you know, Coinbase, and they want those orders filled, baby. And there's no volume. I mean, look at the fake volume that they inject, and then look, it's not sustained. They're just like, look, let's inject fake volume to make people think that was a good position to get into, and then you get smashed. You have to scalp it really fast, because look at the wick. Look how fast the wick went right back up to 87 from 85, basically 85,000, right on the money. Like, what a scam. Look at this crap. So it's not Bitcoin's fault. It's just that the exchanges and the market makers are the ones that have the price at the mercy of. That's what the price is at the mercy of. Because as you can see, it doesn't matter how much Bitcoin Michael Saylor buys. People were thinking, why didn't that move the chart? Well, because Michael Saylor's not the only dog in town. We forget that the exchanges are the ones that are really pulling the strings. Smash up the like if you guys kind of half agree with me with that. Oh, but we really appreciate you guys coming in. And I love that the Piper crew, Piper Academy, you guys are popping in. Thank you so much for coming in. You guys are awesome. I don't know how you can get all the alpha and all of the info that you ever need going to the Piper Academy and watching Army Piper stuff, and then you come here. It's like going from college back to the kindergarten, back to elementary school. So welcome. I'm just kidding. I have to make fun of myself sometimes, you know. But all right, guys. Destroy the like. It's the best thing you can do is just like right now, absolutely explode it, destroy it, smash it, Gallagher it. Ooh. All right, so I'm trying to think, like, what can we talk about now? I mean, I don't know what the hell else to talk about. We talked about the ETFs. We talked about all the different factors that are actually attributing to the Bitcoin downturn. We've mentioned the most important one, which I really think is the CME gap. We've talked about that gap for a long time, and we were almost thinking, okay, I don't know if that gap is going to get filled, and it looks like it's going to get. I don't know. It's going to get filled. Oh yeah, Trade Intuition has made a good point. Remember, there's no KYC when smashing the like button, so you gotta do it. Yeah, it's absolutely free. No KYC. You don't have to put in your credit card information. No social security number. All you gotta do is just take this thing and clicky the likey, and then if you're watching on your TV, then you hit up, right, select. That is we call it that, the Dano Dojo cheat code, which is the combo of the left, right, uppercut, Ryukin or Mortal Kombat style uppercut through the ceiling. Oh! And then we'll get this stream to the world. Let's go. Okay, so then Ozzy's asking. Ozzy is always perma bullish on Doge. That's why we love Ozzy. We love the thumbnail. The thumbnail is perfect. Your PFP is perfect. And yeah, I know. Surely March will be better. Yeah, I think March will be better. I think March will be a lot better. And historically, it is. Like if we pull up the historical data that we've analyzed on this channel, when you go into the Bitstamp chart is what I like to look at, because if you just look at, we like to go to the weekly and we block it out in these little sections here, because this is where we've had, the overall trend, overall like bottom trend, because we're just pulling it from here, and we've aligned on this trend line, which is great. But going from here, bottoming out at that 16, that FTX crash, that was the FTX crash. We had the COVID crash. Any black swan event that we've been hit with Bitcoin, it has always been eaten up by the 4-year cycle and the mechanisms of the halvings. So you think about the halvings, you think about 2012, you think about also the first halving, second halving. You think of the recovery year that was the halving itself, and then the year afterwards is always the bull run year where we get the mass hit to the upside. Historically, we have the Bitcoin halving, and because we've done the research, it's easy for us to just say this and repeat it over and over again, because we've just analyzed the chart, we've looked at it. Other people have done it as well. They've realized that the peak of the market does not hit until about an average of 500 days after the halving. So not a year, not 365 days, but 500 days, which actually brings us into August and September of 2025. So when you're looking at all of this historical data of when we've had the pumps and when we've had the parabolic runs to the upside, if you're looking at if we've looked at the Binance chart here, here's the purple zones here from 2017, 2020, and now we're halfway, or maybe not even halfway, but we're just like a quarter of the way of where we should be on the money of hitting in August and September of, I think, over $250,000 per Bitcoin. That's my kind of conservative case, is we at least get to 150. And but it's just going to take us getting probably kind of chopped here a little bit, because even if you see this, you look at the weekly moving average, it's that line, look at that line, look at where it's going. Perfect bounce point. And then it could get us. It could get us like that, Looks about right. Looks about right. So March, if we look at the ETH chart, I know the ETH BTC chart looks like garbage, but if you're just looking at the regular old Ethereum USD dollar chart, in last year, And from January to March, we had 2 different breakout points. We had a breakout point that was an 88% move to the upside, as you can see here in January and March. And then we had a consolidation, regression trend that broke out and did a bull flag breakout of a 20% move in one day, 24%. Over the week, actually did 19% in the day, but then on the week, it actually did a 24% move to the upside. Then it had a massive regression, inverse head and shoulders. ETH Foundation right here was like, nope, we ain't going to give it to you just yet because we need our Ethereum ETF and everything else to be, take a halt. That's why we're down here. Massive selling pressure than buying pressure. Once we got here, we had more people selling ETH right here than we had buying. That's why it went down. And so here's the trend. It bounced off the trend. I think going into January and obviously into February, March section, Will Girl's asking this 20% move. I don't remember. So this was May. If we go to the daily, that particular move that ETH went up in one day, it went up 19%. I remember, and everyone was like, "Whoa, ETH is back! ETH is back!" Because it pumped really hard. And this was in May. So it took a little bit, but look, when we were in that pre-altcoin season, and we can show you here, and we'll correlate it to this chart, because look, you go to January right here, January, February. This was that altcoin season. And then you correlate that also with Bitcoin dominance and ETH dominance, and you go to May and you see, oh, the ETH dominance was at 18%. And now, where is it? It's at 10. And where's the Bitcoin dominance? It's like in the 60s still. And it went as high as 65%. So until we get a bottoming of Bitcoin dominance going here, which looks like it has had topped, and then we're going to get the dominance going back down, that's when we're going to have another resurgence of altcoins and it going parabolic like it did with tokens like Floki. See how Floki freaking just went ape during that run on ETH, and also other things like, Brett ran, Pepe was running. Any of the strong ETH tokens just started to fly, but then it just made altcoin sentiment high in general. So everything was going. So I'm kind of in the cards of we're still on track. It's just the track isn't smooth. It's going to be bumpy. The track is not some smooth like Rainbow Road track. It's carnage. It's Bowser's Castle. You got shit flying out of the wall. You got dry bones exploding into your face. You got cannons. You're not flying Goombas. You're not getting out of it, with no scratches. It's going to be a little shaky. So that's what I think where we're at right now. So I hope that analysis kind of helps you. We're just in a bit of a shaky thing, but I think we're still on track to do what we've historically done in these little consolidation periods. Bitcoin dominance is our key. Look at ETH dominance as well. Watch the levels where we could be hitting gap of the CME gap. So that's key takeaways of this stream is don't get trapped in the longs. And if you are going to be trading, know that your time trajectory right now is very short, and you need to be thinking in and out. The moment you think you caught the bottom, I don't know if it's here yet. I have no idea. And I'm not going to claim to be like, I know. All I know is that there is more selling pressure right now than buying pressure, and in a big way, according to the ETFs. So if that continues, then this is the only reason why I feel like this could be really highly on the table, more so than us just like them letting us get this, you know, sweet entry, and then let's all ride it to Valhalla together. Like I don't think the market is going to let us get off that easy. I can feel it. I can feel it in my bones. All right, well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure you check out all the links in the description. Do we have any more questions, concerns, discussions? Some more market metrics we can go over. The DeFi index for crypto.com. Right now, market cap, 7-day change of Maker has gone up a little bit. Aave, Lido DAO, Uniswap, ETH kind of down a little bit. The top losers. Top gainers for volume has been Maker, Curve, and Yearn Finance. So a lot of DeFi. Volatility, pretty heavy on these. We have GMX and RPL, like Cake down on the volume. Interesting. Okay, so got Aave and not using Polygon's proof of stake chain anymore because they want to use different types of stable coins and they don't agree with it. So that's some news. The Pump.Fund is reportedly testing its own automated market maker, which would enable users to trade tokens directly on the Solana directly on the platform, is what we were saying. The move would allow Pump.Fund to collect additional trading fees, like they don't already collect enough, and offer more incentives, but it risks disrupting Pump.Fund's partnership with Radium, since meme coins from the former account for around 20% of Radium's total trading volume. 20%. That's a big portion of the trading. So Radium's Ray token dipped around 40% in response to the news. I was wondering why Radium was down so hard, and that was the contributing factor to that. Total TVL on top chains. We have Sonic has gone up a lot, so we're getting a lot of action in terms of TVL on the Sonic blockchain. So guys, remember, this is FTM. This is Phantom Opera. This is FTM. Used to be FTM, the Phantom token, and now it is Sonic. But it's picking up some traction. I remember, if you guys remember, Polygon, Phantom were two of the hottest blockchains in the last cycle and even through the bear market. So we don't want to forget the ones that, still were giving us love through the bear market and we're, building stuff. And so let's not forget about that. Yeah, Sonic up, Bear Chain up, new blockchain. Top dexes by chain. We got Uniswap and QuickSwap in the total 7-day change of TVL. QuickSwap also has a token that is a DEX protocol that uses the Polygon blockchain. Yep. So that's pretty much what's going on in terms of some of the market data, DeFi. If there's anything else we want to cover, I think that's pretty much it, guys. So really do appreciate it. Just make sure you are hitting the like button on the way out. And yeah, let's show you guys the links that we want you to check out. It's just all the links in the description. And we want to thank Beeple for the amazing ticker Bitcoin art. We love that Beeple is so bullish on the ticker, and It's just good. We like it. We like seeing the Easter eggs. All right, check out the exchanges: OURBIT, BLOFIN, KCEX, PHEMEX. All of these are non-KYC, and they all have their own little spice and little thing to them that make them why I use them. And so check out beancoin.co, where you can get your freshly roasted Beancoin coffee. Be the first to buy a bag. Holy crap, show me that I'm not like out here, just selling a JPEG. I have some actual coffee for you to buy. And then make a video of you brewing the coffee. You can even make a video of you drinking it. And if you don't like it, you can spit it out. I don't even care. Just make something. Make some viral content. All right. We appreciate you guys so much. Thank you. Make sure you follow me at DanoCrypto904 on x.com. And you can get all of the links and necessary things. Also, the link tree. Easy. That's probably the best way you can check out all the things. There you go. All right, and we'll see you later. Peace.